What's your work ethic? We're going to talk about that right now. It's interesting how different people have different ways of thinking about the work and their productivity. I'm always fascinated about how different people approach getting stuff done. Personally, my ideal work ethic has always been putting in 110%. I idolize the work ethics of guys like M. Strange, Alec Longstreth, Dave Sim, and Will Smith, just to name a few off the top of my head. People who are unapologetic in their sole focus on their craft, and zero tolerance for bullshit or excuses when missing the mark. You either produce, or you aren't trying hard enough. The people I look up to the most and produce my favorite things are seemingly always the ones that kick their own ass the hardest, and that's become my work ethic I've adopted myself and attempt to emulate. Right now I'm in a Skype group I started with a couple other artists, and I've talked to them about my work ethic before, and universally they've responded to it with negativity. It seems all of their approaches to work ethic are a bit different than mine, more restrained to different degrees. Whether it's binging out a bunch of work and then just taking a lot of time to decompress, or just doing what you can and celebrating each small victory for what it is, and making sure each step forward comes from enjoyment instead of obligation, it's interesting to see how people approach the same idea in different, but no less valid ways. However, maybe that last statement isn't necessarily true, because even though I hold myself up to incredibly grueling standards, it's very rare that I meet those standards, and that's taken a large toll on my perception of self-worth. I find because of my fears, it's hard to follow through on the intense schedules and deadlines I set for myself, and that just reinforces those fears the next time I try. Now, of course, according to my own work ethic, there's no excuse for that fear, but perhaps it's not that I'm failing, but that this method of working just isn't for me, as appealing as the results when applied correctly sound. I don't know, even that conjecture to me sounds like a bit of a cop-out, but obviously I'm biased and my perceptions are painted at this point. So this is a short video, but my question to you guys today is, what is your work ethic? How do you mentally approach getting stuff done? And how do you think it compares to my work ethic and the work ethics I mentioned of my peers in this video? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to join in the discussion. My name is Tom Oliver, and you've been watching Rebel Pixels, the channel all about empowering and impassioning the DIY creator here on the web. If that's you, and you live to create things, you need to hit that subscribe button right there and join the rebellion. Every Monday, I make discussion videos like this, talking about creativity as a concept, tackling potential roadblocks, and giving advice that I've learned the hard way on my journey to becoming a creative person. And every Wednesday, I do more technically minded videos, whether it's gear reviews, top fives, or tips and tricks to create better stuff online. Till next time, I'm Tom Oliver, this is Rebel Pixels, reminding you guys we might be indie, but that doesn't mean that we're alone. I'll catch you all next week.